انت عملت ريكوردينج صح؟ محمد ظهر عندي ان انت بدأت ريكوردينج. السلام عليكم، كيف الحال؟ Hello everyone. So I know it's a webinar, so we can chat. If you can see my screen and hear me, please write anything on the chat. لو انتوا سامعيني او شايفين السكرين وشايفيني، يا ريت بس نكتب اي حاجة في الشات. شكرا عايشة. Hello. Okay. So yeah. Thank you, Said. Uh, screen and voice activity too. Thank you very much. طيب النهارده هنتكلم على الفيزيبل innovation, the cost and the returns. بس اعتقد ان احنا we can give more 2 minutes if someone is joining. وبعد كده I can move on, I think. Also I have a question. حابين نكمل السيشن بالعربي ولا بالانجلش؟ يعني او ميكس ما بينهم اللغة. لو حابين تكتبوا لي اي حاجة على الشات we can would you like to make the session in English or okay. Anyone have any concern with English? If you need it in Arabic, please mix it between both. Okay. Okay, so we can start. نبدأ دلوقتي الويبينار. If anyone would like to join, طبعا he's super then welcome. And also we have a chat. So whenever you would like to ask anything, please write on the chat. I will be checking it all the time. Yeah. The first thing we will be talking about is our session today will be about the feasible innovation, the cost structure and the returns, understanding the financial aspect of innovation project. It's a very big title and a very big subtitle. I will try to make it as simple as that. ايه هي دراسة الجدوى و why الابتكار innovation is it feasible or not, and how to put this on a financial perspective. ازاي نبص على الجزء ده من الجزء المادي او العائد المادي من المشروع. أنا محمد الدلال, Dr. Mohammed Dalal. I will be with you. I'm a serial entrepreneur. Have been building ventures and startups in the past for companies in the past 14 years in different countries, Middle East, Gulf, Europe, Africa. I have startups and companies all over these regions and serving all these markets. ده تعريف سريع عن أنا مين. أنا محمد الدلال. بدأت أو أنشأت بعض الشركات والشركات الناشئة وبشتغل ما بين الشرق الأوسط وأفريقيا وأوروبا. طيب, we are tackling now the hackathon. So I just got a few challenges just to pick your mind with them. So the first challenge was how can games specifically designed for individuals with disabilities in the age of 6 to 18 develop using VR and AR and MR? Okay, this is a challenge. Another challenge was how can the performance of the government employees in serving citizens in Ajman be improved through use of artificial intelligence? يعني هنا التشالنج بيقول لي هات الذكاء الصناعي artificial intelligence عشان موظفين حكومة عجمان تقدر تحسن البرفورمانس بتاعهم. طيب, ده تشالنج. حطيت two challenges. I just put some challenges in Arabic just because I didn't know what's the best language you would like to hear it. So I took two in Arabic and two in English. One of these is how we can support students using the internet and social media to get them higher skills and engage them with higher experience in the way that they are secure and there is a privacy on this social media and the internet. So this challenge is picking your mind to find the solution that have the security, have the privacy, have a social media and a learning for the youth. Okay. Another one was about Dubai airport, and it was like, how can people read and write with any language so they can give us feedbacks and suggestions for their feedback and suggestions. So in this other challenge, we also are picking up your mind to find is that they jump here to solutions. Okay, so we want to find an idea. Let's brainstorm. Let's go into the brainstorming. And does anyone do anything else? You can write on the chat. اول حاجه الناس بتفكر فيها لما بتشوف تشالنج او هاكاثون انها بتشوف تقرا الديسكربشن اللي موجود وتقول لك يلا بينا نطلع افكار. اهم حاجه الفكره هي اكتر حاجه هتوصلنا لنتيجه كبيره. The idea is the big thing. I would not tell my idea to anyone because this is the money. This is the net worth. This is what make me super rich. صح? Guys, can you hear me? If you can write on the chat. Okay. Thank you. This is the main problem I always see, that people jump into ideas without having a root cause. And the root cause start with a why. ليه? Why? Why should I be finding this solution? And if I found a solution, what is the type of the project? يعني المشروع اللي أنا بعمله أو الستارت اب اللي أنا بنفذها هي في أنهي سكيل؟ هل هي حاجة NGO, non for profit, or it's a profitable company? And if I'm building a company or a startup or an organization that's profitable, my first question here is it sustainable, or it's a company that will last 1 year and it will shut down? Is it feasible enough that the market needs it or not? And believe me or not, the bad thing is that ideas are worthless without execution. So if you have a great idea and you think this will change the world, I'm sorry to tell you this is not the case. How to grow business. So business is calculations. Business is finance. Business is accounting. Business is sustainable. These keywords, you need to have it in your mind while thinking of solutions. So solutions is not just, the idea is good, especially the startups and the government sectors that are involved in this hackathon. They should have a financial plan, how this will grow, how this business will accelerate. It's not just that it's an idea. And even if you told me the answer was an NGO, non-for-profit organization, so here you can remove the profits, but you can't remove the sustainability. We need to make this sustainable. So to be sustainable for a couple of years, it's all about the cash flow, the money, how you have a revenue stream, how you optimize your costs. So it's not about the idea. You always need to see this. This is the real photo, not the idea alone. So if you have this kind of icon of a bulb lamp, which is the idea, الفكرة بتاعتي حلوة جدا، فاكرها ان هي احسن فكرة في العالم، دي اللي هتغير العالم. لو انت مش عارف ازاي هتدخل دخل من الفكرة دي، ازاي هتبقى ذات عائد مادي، يبقى دي مش ستارت اب. ولو هي جمعية خيرية, if it's a non-for-profit organization, we will have the same problem. You need to make it sustainable. And to make it sustainable, you need to have cash in and cash out in a good way. Anyone think that what I'm saying is wrong, or would like to object this, or have any comments on this to move to the next part? So this was the first part of the introduction, that we need to build solution that is feasible. Feasible يعني عندها جدوى وليس جدول. إن بعض الناس بتغلط دايما وتقول دراسة جدول which is feasibility study. لا, هي دراسة جدوى. وكلمة جدوى معناها is it okay to happen? Is this make sense to happen? If this investment will have a return, is the return more than the investment, or you are just having fun or having a great idea while lying down having your coffee and it's not feasible to happen? Is it okay? I think you have been taking some session about the business model canvas, okay, and the 9 building blocks. Do you need any help in any of these 9 building blocks, or you don't understand any of these blocks? It's not part of the session, but if anyone have a question, I can answer it before jumping to the next part. So I think everyone is good, so I will move out. Can you please give an overview? Okay, thank you. So this is the business model canvas. Okay, it's a 1 sheet paper that you write everything about your startup on it. So it's a 9 building blocks. I recommend this numbering while writing it down. So the first one was the value proposition. The value proposition is the unique value proposition, which is what's differentiate you than any other competitor. What's new about your solution? Why the customer will go and buy this solution or use if it's for free? Why they will leave another competitor and use it? You need to have an edge. And competitive edge, it's the new thing in your product that is not in other competitors. The second block is the customers. Who are the segment? Who are the customers that will be using this product? You need to define your segmentation throughout of segmenting the right customers and targeting them. So you pencil down the targeting customer. Number 3, you will be filling the channels. So the channel is how this value proposition, how this product, how this service will go to this customer. So if you are selling mobile phones, maybe you will put them on the shop. And this is the channels. Or you will be doing it through a mobile application or through Amazon or through Noon. So these are the channels that you reach out to their customers, giving them your service or product. The number 4 is the customer relation. how you will maintain the relation. And this is number one on sustainability. Like, why do you use Noon every day and not changing to another app while doing shopping? Because they give you coupons, they give you cash back, they send you messages, their customer service is great, their customer service while returning stuff is great, they are local. All this stuff is the customer relationship. Moving to number 5, which is the revenue stream. These are where the money comes in, how you will sell your service, how you sell your product. And this is all the money flying in your cash or your bank account is the revenues. And we will find that we always name them as streams, not one stream. You always need to diversify, and this is what we will be focusing today. Then moving to the key resources, who are the human resources, the manpower, the resources that you need to make this value proposition happen. And these resources have activities, day-to-day activities. This is number 7, which is the key activities. And number 8 is the key partners. Who are the partners for you to make this happen? So for example, if you are picking up one of the challenges of the airport, Dubai airports, of course, one of the partners will be Dubai airport itself. The government of Ajman challenge. Of course, the government of Ajman will be one of the key partners. Okay, goes without saying. And if you go to number 9, which is the cost structure, these are all the structure that you are paying. The fixed cost, the running cost, and rent, salaries, wages, electricity, utilities, furniture, software, servers, all the stuff. Any money getting out of your cash of your bank account is a cash cost. And every money flying in from sales as a revenue is the revenue streams, as simple as that. Today, we'll be focusing on 5 and 9 because going back to this slide, we need that the revenues to be more than the cost. Because everyone here, I believe we have passed grade 2 and 3 and 4, maybe. So we know that if we did 5 minus 3, this is a positive 2, which is if my revenue is 5 an unit and my cost is 2 units. So I'm profitable, I'm positive with the 3 units. If your cost is 5 and your revenue is 5, so this is a 0, so you didn't gain any profits. But if your cost exceeds your revenues, okay, this will give you a negative, and this will make you a negative or a loss. Can you repeat the key activities and the key resources? Okay, but going back to 6 and 7, key resources and key activities are the resources are the human power, the people, the any resources that need in your team, in your business to make it happen. The activities are the things that these people or these resources are doing. For example, I'm having a mobile application doing an e-commerce in any stuff like Noon. So what is the key resources? The developers, the call center, the marketing team, the delivery team. These are the resources, okay? And the key activities are that they are developing the app, they are doing optimizing the delivery, having good customer relationship, and others. How ROI is considered in a non-profit organization, what would be the success criteria for them? Sustainability. Okay, there is a big myth in the non-profit organization that we think because it's not for profit, you don't get cash in. No, you need a lot of cash to do projects and to have employees. At the end of the day, you can't sustain everyone on a volunteering basis. You need some staff to be on this organization as a full-time employees. And these employees will not be volunteers because they are responsible. They have rent, they have their families, they have schooling, they have a lot of other things. And yes, they would like to be doing some donations or some volunteering of their work, but none of the people can volunteer 100% because everyone is responsible for a lot of liabilities and commitments. So to make this salary in, you need to do projects. And to do projects, you need to have money. And to do money, you make it sustainable. To make it sustainable, you need to have some reserved. A lot of NGOs have reserved at the end of the year, but they don't send them as a dividends. It doesn't divide them to the owners. Okay, this is the difference between NGOs and for-profit. And the customer segmentation, we just need to tell who are the people will use the application or the idea, right? Not use, yes, using it, and they are the payable. They are the people who will pay for using it. Okay. Like Uber, Careem, for example. Who are the users of Careem? We, the people living in United Arab Emirates. Okay, the tourists, anyone would like to go from place X to place Y. These are the customer segments of Uber, for example, or Careem. But the key partners are the drivers. And the drivers are not key resources because they are not employees inside the organization. In Careem situation or Careem example. Everything Ahmed, and I'm not sure the other name is Rising Stars Game Changer. So everything with you both are good. Can I move to the next step? You're welcome. Going to feasibility. الجدوى بالعربي. مش الجدول. Again, I'm insisting on this because I see a lot of old guys, experienced guys that say it when translated in Arabic in the very wrong way. And this is the first question you need to ask yourself when you have a good idea. Is it feasible? Is it to be a good idea? It needs to match the three. The feasibility, which means that this can be developed and sustained for the future innovation. So it's not any idea that we say it's an innovative idea that it can grow. No, we need a feasible, innovative idea. And is it feasible for resources, for the financial, for the technology? People will buy this idea or it's crazy. Like, for example, I would like to give you an idea. What about having dinner at the moon? So we go up at the moon and open a restaurant and without gravity, and people go and eat for dinner there. It's an idea. Yes, an idea. But is it feasible? Is it technology feasible to send a spaceship to have a dinner and come back? Is it sustainable? How many people can afford paying this from the feasible financial perspective? If it's a $2, $3, $5, $10 million per dinner, your segmentation will be very narrow. And will your segmentation accept the idea of flying to the moon? Will this be for them viable to business to happen? They're desirable to do this? Of course not. So not any idea is a feasible idea. The second part you need to do is the feasibility study, which is the دراسة الجدوى in Arabic. And the feasibility study is part of the initial design. You need to have some numbers because ideas without writing, and the writing here is the business model canvas, is the first step. But you need to dig deep. Okay. And you need to see more about how this startup will happen and how it will take place and how it will grow. All this, we need to write some numbers. You need to conduct an objective study to know that this business is okay and it will be existing and it will be profitable at some point. When you go to the feasibility study, there's 5 types of feasibility study. There is the legal aspect, the marketing aspect, the technical and engineering aspect, financial and economical, social feasibility study. Okay, sometimes it's named as operational feasibility. We are mainly tackling the financial and economic. is it economically viable that I'm investing 1 million dirhams? How much will I will get back? When I will be happy with this project? How to make it sustainable? Again, if you have the 1 million investment and you invest it and all the money finish, you will not be able to get more money because you don't have any cash flow. Okay. Okay, so this is simply the feasibility study types. Have you anyone here, guys, have any background of accounting, finance in their high school, in their university, in your business or day-to-day job if you are an employee? Not much. Just anyone who understand what an income statement is? It seems that not much know about this. So this is the very basic statement. So an income statement is divided as all the revenues, all the money that you get in. Okay. Is this your profit? Not. It's just collecting the revenues. المبيعات. If you are translating in Arabic, this is مجموع المبيعات, total المبيعات. And then there is a direct operating cost. Okay. Which sometimes named as the COGS, cost of goods sold. And then you have something called gross profit. And then there's indirect operating cost, and this gets you operating income, and the cost of debts, if you are having debts from banks or something, and the taxation, then all this are minus, that you get the net income. So you can come and say, oh, my project got 10 million dirhams in revenues, but you are an e-commerce. So your margin is very low. So you buy some products, mobiles, for example, and you sell them, and you have a profit margin. So if you remove the direct operating cost, which is the mobiles or the COGS itself, the gross profit will be very small. So you have a 10 millions of revenue and 500,000 of gross profit. And what is the indirect operating cost? So the software developers doing this maintenance of the website, the call center, the managers, all the team, the renting, all this are indirect operating costs. So the 500,000 decreased to 100,000. And then if you are in debts or you are having some financial debts, financing, so it will take some money and then the taxation. So you end up as 70,000 dirhams, for example. So you can have a revenue of 5 million, but your real net income, this is what you need to understand. Because this is a very nice math also. There are people say the top line, which is the revenues. I do big revenues. But if you are selling products or selling COGS, you have a lot of COGS, your revenue is nothing. Because this is very big because the COGS is big. Someone who is selling apartments in Dubai, for example, okay, one salesperson can do sales with 30 million, for example, in a month or a quarter. But the 30 million is nothing because his income out of this is very small portion. So this is the revenue of the company, but the profit is very minimum to this. So you need to understand this income statement when you do calculation to know how much revenue and then minus from it or remove from it the direct cost, remove from it the indirect cost, and then the cost of debts and financing, and then the taxation. Is it clear? Normally, this is an Excel sheet or something like Google Sheets or something to do the calculations with. It's clear. Perfect. When you go to the cost structure, if you remember it, it was on the left corner down when you are looking to the business model canvas. And the cost is, we agreed that this is all the costs that you have. كل المصاريف للمشروع. يعني الكوست هو جميع المصاريف الملحقة بالمشروع. It is divided or بتتقسم لنوعين: variable cost and fixed cost. Do you know what's different between them? And there is a third small thing that sometimes is added also, which is the setup cost. Do you know what is different between variable cost and fixed cost? طيب المصاريف الثابتة والمصاريف المتغيرة. ايه هي الفرق? What is the difference? The fixed cost are things that you know and you can constant. Yes. Fixed is a constant بس. يعني ايه constant؟ يعني I know that I will be paying rent for the next 12 months 10,000 dirhams. This is a fixed. I know I can project it easily. I know that I have 3 employees, each one have 15,000 dirhams. So period of time. It's not granted. يعني sometimes the rent, the facility, the things change even by the volume. Okay. The variables are the things that change very rapidly. Okay. Like the commissions, if you are getting out paying commissions, paying servers, sometimes servers increase and decrease. Okay. Raw materials, all the COGS. You remember the word COGS? Cost of goods sold. If you are selling mobiles, so every time you sell more mobiles, you need to buy others to fill your stocks. So this is a variable. If you didn't buy a lot of mobiles, so your variable cost will not be high enough. Okay. Okay, this is some examples for fixed and variable cost. So the delivery for any shipment is variable because it differs from where are you shipping and all this. Sales commission, advertising and publicity, anything that is pop-ups is a variable cost. But if you rent an office, you have a payroll, you have an equipment, you bought an equipment, you have an equipment depreciation. You know this word? الإهلاك. What does this depreciation mean? So if you buy like 10 laptops for your team, at some point these laptops are not working well. Okay. So at 3-5 years, this laptop will be obsolete. Value reduced over the period. Yes, it depends. If you bought a car, of course, a car that model of 2024 from the same brand of the car, if you go and bought the same model in 2000, maybe 24 years ago, you'll find it much, much cheaper. Why it's cheaper? Because it's old. And machines and laptops and devices and electronics, and by usage, it depreciates. So its value decreases by time. These are the fixed costs. So the fixed costs are simply things that you can easily project or forecast for a year, for 2 years, for 10 years, whatever. A variable cost is the cost that change a lot based on your sales volume. Agree? Any questions about the cost? Everything is clear? Perfect. Have you heard about the break-even analysis? This graph, has anyone have been introduced to it before? So simply, this graph comes with, remember the picture. Okay, so if you look to the yellow arrow, it didn't start from zero. This is the unit sold and this is the revenue. Okay, so it started here up. Why? If I didn't sell any product, I have a high start because this is the fixed cost. the rent cost, the money that is fixed. So you need to pay this even if you didn't sell any product. Okay. And then as you go, your cost increase variable to number of products sold, because to sell this mean you increase your revenues and you increase also your COGS, which is cost of goods sold. But for the revenue line, which is the blue, it starts from the zero, because when you didn't sell any product, the revenue is zero. It keep going till the break-even point. Till you reach this number of units sold and this revenue, you are still in loss. You didn't get the money that you invested it, because simply part of the fixed cost is investment, or mostly all of it is investment, because you are investing for renting, you are investing for devices, you are investing for employees for a few months before you get cash in or you get sales. So this is the investment. After this, this is your profit margin. It increases, of course, this delta increasing because by time and by number of units sold. Okay? You are good? So by this, if we went back just to make a quick refreshment, this make us finish the cost structure. So the cost structure is everything that you pay in. And this is why I recommend to do it number 9, because you know the resources, you can calculate based on the activities, you know the partners. So the combination of 7, 6, and 7 and 8, in terms of spending, you can write the cost. Okay, and this is number 5 because it's a combination of from 1 to 4. Because based on this is the revenue streams. This is all the money you can get in. How do I sell products? While you are doing revenue, and here I told you it's streams with an S, because you can't have a one selling product or a service. This is one of the biggest failures, because if you only serve one service only that get you in money, if people hate this service or for some reason didn't use it, or someone who built another company made the service combined with another service in a better price or better quality, you are in high risk, you will shut down. So even Apple themselves, they have iPads, iPhones, iPods, they used to have it. They have different sizes of the same iPod, the iPhone, different capacities. So the iPhone is 128, 256, 1 tera in terms of size. In terms of inches, there's the normal, the Pro, and the Pro Max. This variance of products is the revenue streams, because they can't leave it on one model. If people hate it or change it, it will not work again. Okay, then there is some ideas. Who pays? This is a way that you do revenue models. So maybe Facebook, for example, or Instagram, it's for free. You have an account for free, right? Who pays Facebook? Who are the clients? They are the advertisers, the people who do advertising. Okay. Who are the clients for a big event? They are the sponsors, not you. So you can be invited for an event, a dinner, a gala dinner for free. But when you go for this gala dinner, you will find a lot of logos of sponsors. Gitex, for example. Okay. You pay for Gitex a very small amount, or sometimes you get a promo code. But who pays for the Gitex to happen? The sponsors, the exhibitors. Okay. The type, how to price things. Sometimes there is a dynamic pricing, a volume discount. So if you bought a lot of the same item, you have a give discount. dynamic based on time, for example. So if you are marketing for an event, so the early bird is a price, the normal is a price, the on-gate ticket is much higher. This is a very dynamic pricing. Okay. And how it's paid? Is it a subscription or it's a one-time live product? So people pays $1,000 and they have the solution all the way. No, it's just $20 a month. This is a subscription piece. Okay. And while you are paying, for example, if you are like the Facebook or something, per user or per result, like with the number of views, the number of interaction, or with the number of sales. Also the data and the activities. Is it how people think they will pay with, or it's the total number of data that you get? So I tell you, I will pay $100,000, but I will get you 100 leads that would like to buy this property. People will pay per lead or will pay a commission if this flat or apartment is sold. This is a very important question that you need to answer. So my idea, simply, I'm telling you that there is streams. You need to work with different strategies and have different packages. Never put one package that fits all, because it will never fit all. Work with B2B and B2C. You know what's B2B? Business to business and business to customer. So while doing the solution, always find streams from the customers, the end users, and from businesses. I'm selling laptops. I sell laptops for the normal users and for corporates, because the corporate will come and take 100 laptops. So I can give a volume discount. Okay. But some people will go to the shop and buy 1 or 2 laptops. You can have a commission based, different sizes and different varieties. The example of Apple. Never have a solo client. You need to have different clients. So if something works with Ajman, for example, government, you can enhance it and give it to another government. You can export your solution to other governments globally. You have governments in all the countries, right? So how to make, while you are preparing your solution, to make it global, to make it fits in different places. All of this is how you build your own startup. Are you good with the revenue streams? hello hello hello. تمام يا شباب. هل الناس فاهمة؟ حد عايز يسأل أي أسئلة؟ White label is that after you sell it to Ajman government, for example, and write this is Ajman solution, you can take the solution to Dubai and make it Dubai solution. So the core of the network or the core of the product is the same, but you label it. You can find while you're in the supermarket in another case study, where limit of supermarket, you will find brands that are manufactured on the same production line, same firm, but different brands. So one is doing his own brand in his manufacture facility. I don't have a manufacturing facility. I go to white label my product on their facility and get it back on shelf with my own brand. What of the cost? Yes, what is the pitching? What is the thing? Something like, يعني, Haifa, you get the next slide. So this is something that you need to put on. If you can see, this is a monthly cost, and this is a one-time cost. For example, salary of the manager, salaries of others, rent, advertising, suppliers, telephone, insurance, taxation, interest, legal. You don't need to have all this, but this is simply how things happen. So this is the salary, and you can multiply it. And if you are doing this for 1 year, you will multiply by 12. The one-time cost is the furniture, the equipment, the installation, the inventory, the legal, all this stuff. Questions, but this is detailed. What info we shall? Okay, I'm not sure, to be honest. It depends, because I understand you are different. There's students, there's entrepreneurs, and there's government employees applying, right? Yeah, hi, I'm answering your question. So I know that there are three levels. في ثلاث شرائح او ثلاث فئات مستهدفه من الهاكاثون. الثلاث فئات، كل فئه هتبقى الانتربرينورز والجفرمنت طبعا هيحتاجوا يبقى الحاجه بديتيلز زي كده. Students are less. So, and this is the budgeting. It's another slide. Okay, I know they told us generally we need to show the if it's only the business canvas, so you will write what is the cost, salaries, rent, servers, advertising, the bullet points without the Excel sheet, without the numbers. If you are not, if you are an entrepreneur or a government or something, I think you need to attach something like this in your slides. Plus, of course, the business model campus. Pioneers, I'm not sure of the name, مش متأكد من الاسم، بس pioneers are the اللي هو الشركات الناشئة الستارت ابس ولا no, it's students. You are students. I think students is much easier. Individuals, individual students ولا individuals يعني انتوا طلاب ولا لا؟ students and others. I think if يعني انا my information but ideation phase okay لا يعني لا much easier. يبقى انت هتكتبي بس البوينتس بالكوست ايه هي كبوينتس، كسالري، كرنت، كادفرتايزنج، كتليفون، يعني هتكتبي البوينتس، مش لازم تعملي الكالكوليشنز الحسابات، يعني you will not go this milestone. Okay, pioneers are university students. What is the cash in the one-time cost? The petty cash يعني tips مثلا، حاجات زي كده، يعني الحاجات small petty cash that is paid. This is not يعني the only items. It's an example at the end of the day. Some startups you don't need all this. So use this templates as a guideline. Okay. If I'm budgeting for 1 year, which is like this, but I think for schools, it's for sure no. University students, I'm not sure. You need to ask the organizers. محتاجين تسألوا المنظمين. You need to be financial forecasting to this extent ولا لأ. What I'm sure about that entrepreneurs and businesses and the government, which is the other two, yes, you need to do this. يعني لازم يبقى عندك دراسة جدوى متكاملة لمدة على الأقل سنة. If you see this is an Excel sheet that have the months, so months 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, months 9, the sales forecasting, so how much sales do you think it will happen, and the cost per unit, and the cost and the inventory. It's very complicated. I will not go in details with this, but I was just giving you how the calculation for a 1 year forecast go. Okay? Good. فاهمين كده قصدي؟ احنا هنقف هنا لو احنا بايونيرز او اسئله، ان احنا بس نعرف ايه المفردات او ايه النقط اللي احنا محتاجينها ككوست ستراكشر، وايه طرق الريفينيو. هنبيع احنا وايت ليبل؟ لا هنعمل بزنس تو بزنس؟ لا هعمل بعد ما اخلص المشروع ده هعمل منه نسخ تانية لجفرمنتس تانية، لمطارات تانية. يعني مثلا اللي هيحصل في مطار دبي، هاو تو ميك ات مطار الشارقة، هاو تو ميك ات مطار ابو ظبي، فاهم؟ فممكن يبقى الموديل بتاعي ان انا هقدر اخد ده واكرر نجاحه في اماكن تانية مشابهه. ده وايت ليبلنج، صح كده؟ لا هخلي الناس وهي بتعمل فيدباك اعمل بارتنرشيب او سبونسرشيب، فالبوث اللي بيعملوا فيه الفيدباك هجيب له لوجوز فروم سبونسرز. خلاص، هتفق مع فينتك solution or companies that they have cash back. هتفق مع نيو بانك like وايو بانك اللي موجود بتاع ابو ظبي الاول نيو بانك ان اي حد بيعمل فيدباك he will get 50 درهم as a gift voucher from them. هتفق مع محلات شوبينج ان انا هاخد عنها voucher. All this are revenue streams. How do I get money to start؟ ازاي ابتدي؟ ايه طرق التمويل؟ وكلمة finance is تمويل. اوكي؟ ايه طرق التمويل للشركات الناشئة؟ اول حاجة البوت سترابنج، ان انا امول الشركة بنفسي. تاني حاجة الناس بتتكلم عليها 3 F's: family and friends and fool. بس انا بحب اقول family and friends are the people who support you to invest معاك في الاول، المؤمنين بفكرتك. المسابقات والتشالنجز اللي زي كده. I hope that teams wins and implement their innovative ideas. Crowdfunding, these are platform that تحطي عليها الفكرة والناس تستثمر في فكرتك. Incubators، حاضنات أعمال. Accelerators، مسرعات أعمال تستثمر معاك. Angel investors أو venture capital اللي هم مستثمر ملائكي أو صندوق استثمار مخاطر. آخر حاجة البانكس، بس يعني I don't think this is the best solution for startups myself. بس اللي فوق ده كله دي شراكات، يعني الفاميلي والفريندز هيخش معاك انفستور شريك. competition are grants. incubators are grants. accelerators، some of accelerators بيخشوا معاكوا شركاء بياخدوا equity، حصة في راس المال، حصة في الشركة مقابل الفلوس اللي بيستثمرها. الانجلز اند في سيز فور شور هياخدوا equity، اللي هم صناديق الاستثمار والمستثمرين الملائكيين. اهم حاجه وانا باخد الاستثمارات دي it's a long term investment. I don't pay them as a short term commodity. خلاص. I never take a long term investment and spend it on a short term commodities and vice versa of course. عرفنا ممكن لما عاوز تمويل هروح فين. بس احنا دلوقتي كلنا في competition اللي هي التشالنج، اللي هي الهاكاثون. You need to win here. خلاص. انا كده خلصت الجزء اللي له علاقه بالستارت ابس جنرالي. خش بعد كده على الجزء بتاع الفاينانشال ستيتمنتس، اللي بعد كده ان شاء الله لما تفتحوا شركات محتاجين تبقوا عارفين ان في الستيتمنتس دي موجوده just in case. And people who have never been to any accounting class or any finance class, the next 3-4 slides will be different for you. بس محتاج تفهم. لو انت اول مره تتعرف، انت راجل طبيب مهندس طالب في مدرسه لسه ما خدتش اي حاجه عن المعلومات دي، الكام سلايد اللي جايين هيبقوا بالنسبه لك مختلفين شويه. بس قبل ما move on، cost structure, revenues, business model canvas is good. No one is answering. Hope this is a good sign. So again, the financial modeling, the forecast, the revenue streams, the cost structure, everything is good. I need you to text or to reply, guys. Yeah, it's good. فاهمين يا جماعة؟ بتكلم شوية بالعربي اهو. تمام؟ المعلومات مفهومة بالنسبة لكم؟ حد فيه أي نقطة مش فاهمها؟ طيب، الفاينانشال ستيتمنتس فيها البالانس شيت، فيها الانكم ستيتمنت، فيها الكاش فلو، فيها الايكويتي. وده ينقلنا للايكويشن البسيطة دي. يمكن دي مش أسهل حاجة بالنسبة لكم، أنا عارف إن دي محتاجة ناس تبقى فاهمة حسابات أو فاهمة accounting. People who are accounting and finance background will be very easy to have this equation. But I'm just putting it as the last slides in the last 5 minutes before questions, just to pick your mind that this is the finance and this is the accounting. أي شركة بتقاس إن في حاجة اسمها assets الأصول، في حاجة اسمها liabilities، وشير هولدرز equity أو equity اللي هي نصيب صحة نصيب الشركة يعني. الاسيتس are the cash, the short-term investment, the account receivables, note receivables, الانفنتوري، المخازن، supplies، البريبيد expenses، الفلوس اللي موجوده، اي intangible، العلامه التجاريه الانتانجبل، براند او نتورك، جود ويل، البيلدينجز، اشترى مبنى، اشترى equipments. all these are assets، اصول اللي هي المخازن. ده حاجات بتتباع كتير، فدي تعتبر اصول متحركه. في اصول ثابته، اشتريت عماره، اشتريت بنيه، اشتريت فيلا، اشتريت سياره، دي اصول بتفضل موجوده. الانتانجبل اكزامبلز، انت حد بيسال عن انتانجبل. الانتانجبل اكزامبل اكبر حاجه هي البراند، اكبر حاجه مشهوره بيها اللي هي ثمن البراند. دلوقتي لما الستارت اب بتتباع بيبقى في حاجه اسمها جود ويل، اللي هو سمعه البراند. وسمعه البراند هي دي تقريبا بتبقى اغلى حاجه، بالذات في الشركات الناشئه او التك ستارت ابس. التك ستارت ابس دونت هاف اسيتس، يعني يور اوبر دونت هاف كارز. طب how they do the valuation؟ the valuation is on the فكره، على البراند نفسه. خلاص، يوتيوب لما جوجل اشتريتها كانت it's based was on the intangible assets, the goodwill, the brand, the future potential growth. القروض اللي انا اخدها، اي حاجه انا لايبل عليها. تمام. شير هولدرز هم دول الفلوس بتاعه الشركاء او الشير هولدرز اللي هم المستثمرين جوه البيزنس بتاعك. These are some titles you need to understand when you are doing accounting. المبيعات sales revenue، الانترست على الريفينيو الرنت ريفينيو، خلاص. والاكسبنسز كوست اوف جود سولد دي اللي انا اتكلمت فيها، لو انا بشتري برودكت وببيعه انا بتاجر، فده بيسمى كوست اوف جود سولد. ده الثمن او الكوست بتاع البرودكت اللي انا هبيعه بعد كده. الويجز اللي هي المرتبات او الراتب، الرنت اكسبنسز، الانترست لو انا اخد فلوس، الديبريشيشن احنا اتكلمنا عنها اللي هي بتاعه الاستهلاك، والادفرتايزنج، الانشورنس، الريبير، والانكم تاكس. طبعا احنا كلنا عارفين ان في انكم تاكس موجود على الكوربريتس او على الشركات، فهو ده الانكم تاكس اللي احنا بنكتبه. انا كده اعتبر ان انا خلصت. في الكيو ار كود ده تقدروا تشوفوا الريكوردد سيشنز. scan the QR code to subscribe to the channel. خلاص. واي اسئله؟ any questions شباب؟ حد عنده اسئله؟ feasibility، feasible innovation. if we need support in showing. هيفا انا مستني كمالة السؤال. I'm waiting for you the rest of the question. If we need support in showing a financial statement, the forecast sheet, there was a mention of how can we approach you. You have my email and you have اكتبي يعني this is my name. Just write this name on Google or LinkedIn, you will find me. You can send me on LinkedIn. I can help you if anything you need, and you can find my email also على LinkedIn. I can text you my email here too. ده طيب، عندنا سؤال تاني. You're welcome. Thank you ليكم انتوا. بنتكلم على الفوركاست شيت. حد بيسأل على الفوركاست شيت؟ حلو، ادي الفوركاست شيت. بيسأل على اللاج. انا مش عارف اللاج دي انت شايفها فين. where are you seeing the lag؟ مكتوبة bags. this is if this is the word you are searching اللي هي الكلمة دي. this is bags baby، يعني عشان هنا baby clothes، يعني هو الفوركاست على حاجة ملهاش أي علاقة باللي احنا بنتكلم فيه، بس this is the balance paid. إن الفلوس هتيجي بعد قد إيه؟ Normally when you are selling up, so the lag time, how many lag time the money will come back. This is the cash flow statement. لو احنا بصينا على دي، كنت انا عملت لكم ان في statement اسمها cash flow. ان you normally when you sell something you don't get the money in your bank on the same day. Sometimes it take 10 days, 30 days, 60 days, and sometimes 90 days. This is based on the agreement. بتكلم في شركات الاحجام الكبيره يعني، مش بتكلم في الاي كوميرس شوبس. فدي لاج تايم عقبال ما الفلوس تقدر ترجع. وقت التحصيل يعني، مده التحصيل منه خلاص. وده اللي بيدخلك في حاجه اسمها اكونت ريسيفبلز واكونت بيبلز. ان انت بيبقى انت مطلوب منك تدفع حاجه، انت اخدت السيرفيس بتاعها بس لسه ما دفعتهاش، ده بيبل للعميل بتاعك. او انت مثلا قعدت في اوتيل وانت عندك corporate agreement فيو will pay by after 1 month. This is payable. And receivable, you give a service for someone and you didn't get the money. ففي الوقت ده انت بتاخد السيرفيس وما بتاخدش قدامها الفلوس. طيب kind of overdraft، صح، حاجه زي كده يعني. بس overdraft انت بتعمله للعميل بتاعك. you do this overdraft للعميل بتاعك، ان هو بيسحب منك inventory او service and he don't pay it on the same day, he pay it on 60 days or 90 days, something like overdraft. بس and overdraft is a banking solution that have interest يعني. it's another thing. هنا يعني don't take interest unless he passes the free timing اللي هو بيبقى مكتوب في العقد. Any other questions؟ بشكركم جدا و thank you for your time. أتمنى إن تكونوا استفدتوا، وكنت سعيد النهارده. وبشكر منظمين الهاكاثون على الاستضافة. وأتمنى يكون النهارده كان feasibility and financing, accounting. This is the core of any business. Sustainability is the key word of any solution. مفيش فكرة ولا حل بيبقى ناجح لو هي مش sustainable. ف sustainability ازاي يبقى في استدامة للمشروع بتاعكم. بتمنى لكم كل الخير و good luck in your project. شكرا لكم. السلام عليكم. شكرا. السلام عليكم. باي باي.